Good day, and welcome to the Lilly Roddy Show, coming to you from the LRS studios here in Houston, Texas. Thank you for joining me today so I can share my astrology with you. Now, it's been much warmer in Houston and, of course, much wetter. Now that spring is officially here, the days will really begin to get a lot longer. This week, we only have one long void moon, and that's on Monday. If you can, plan around that day. If you would like to get in touch with me for a personal session or just to ask a question, you can always reach me at my email, Lillyroddyshow@AOL.com, Lillyroddyshow.com, or find us on Pinterest, Twitter, or Facebook. Now, let's look at the week of March 22nd through the 28th, 2015. Sunday, March 22nd. The moon starts the day, void of course, in Aries. She enters practical and possessive Taurus at 5:40 a.m. and is no longer void of course. Early in the morning, Mercury sextiles Pluto at 3:25 a.m. This combination of planets is especially good for any type of detail work, organizing, cleaning out, therapy, working on financial problems, or writing in your book. This planetary combination is in effect for a couple of days and will provide you with more clarity in thinking and in planning. All of us will be a bit more rational with these two energies. The moon conjuncts Venus at 4:32 p.m. This is an especially beneficial time to work on projects and be with people that you really like. All of us are interested in our physical pleasures this afternoon, and this could be a great time for an afternoon nap, which may be on my agenda. The moon sextiles Neptune at 7:12 p.m. Our peaceful and laid-back afternoon continues into the evening. We are interested in low-key activities that create a sense of peace and calm around us. This is an ideal evening for yoga or meditation. Monday, March 23rd. The moon spends the day transiting Taurus, the symbol of Mother Earth. She does become void of course in Taurus at 9:24 and remains so until Tuesday morning at 8:22 a.m. when the moon enters versatile Gemini. You may want to plan your more important activities for Tuesday and not Monday. The moon squares Jupiter at 3:16 a.m. If you're awake this early, you're feeling restless and certainly need some distraction. Take some time and enjoy the book next to your bed. The moon trines Pluto at 7:16 a.m. We feel positive this morning, but we're taking our day seriously. Get started early and try to get as much done as you can. This is a productive morning to take account of all of your personal resources. The moon sextiles Mercury at 9:24 a.m. During the mid-morning, our thinking is very clear and we're able to communicate very well. Use this time to connect with your client base or stay in touch with your friends. Coffee and communications go well this morning. The moon is now void of course in Taurus at 9:24 a.m. and will remain so until she enters Gemini at 8:22 a.m. on Tuesday morning, the next day of course. This marks the beginning of a long void of course moon, 23 hours. We are more connected emotionally this afternoon, and let that be your guide. Tuesday, March 24th. The day starts with the moon void of course in Taurus. She enters Gemini, the sign of the twins, at 8:22 and is no longer void of course. Venus sextiles Neptune at 1:26 a.m. When these two planets combine, we're all thinking, can't we just all get along? These two planets spur our compassion to find common ground and to be understanding concerning those areas in which we don't have common ground. This can be an idealistic time, but we will want to look beyond the immediate situation in order to find greater pathways to establish peace, love, and harmony in our lifetime. With these two planets active for the next couple of days, all of us will want to find a more peaceful sanctuary, even if that is only within ourselves. Take the time to step back and take a real look at your life and your relationships. The moon enters Gemini at 8:22 a.m. and is no longer void of course. Our brain is busy and active and ready to have something to chew on. The moon sextiles the sun at 3:10 p.m. This combination of planets provides nice energies for almost all endeavors. It's an excellent afternoon to start a new project, attract new clients, or just spend the afternoon with your good friends. The moon opposes Saturn at 4:53 p.m. In the latter part of the afternoon, we take a hard look at where we're headed and what we're doing. Communications may slow down at this time and may even be blocked. Don't obsess and overthink this problem. Simply find something else to do and let this problem untangle itself. Your energy levels may seem a bit lower. The moon squares Neptune at 10:58 p.m. This is the perfect evening to be at home, surrounded by the people you love, feeling safe in your little cave. This is also a very favorable time to be sleeping. Wednesday, March 25th. The moon resides in mentally active Gemini for the whole day. The moon sextiles Jupiter at 7:17 a.m. As the morning begins, we feel revived and look forward to our day. We feel especially magnanimous and may want to share our blessings with everyone around us. Be careful you don't overcommit today. The moon sextiles Uranus at 12:29 p.m. This can be a very rewarding afternoon to work with clients, deal with electronic devices, or just have lunch with your friends. Our mental faculties work very well this afternoon. This is also a good time to involve yourself in community matters. The Sun trines Saturn at 2:25 p.m. Since this aspect has been in effect for the last couple of days and will continue to be in effect for the next couple of days as well, it's an excellent time for long-term planning, goal setting, working on your career path, or just developing a plan that provides you with a framework so you can move forward. This is a time when our creativity and our need to be productive combine. This is a very positive day to put any new project into play. And finally, in the evening, the moon squares Mercury at 10:05 p.m. We need some mental escape this evening and are looking for some lighthearted fun. We are a bit more chatty, and this may keep us from going to bed too early. Thursday, March 26th. The day starts with the moon in Gemini. She turns void, of course, in Gemini at 7:35 a.m. and remains so until she enters protective and nurturing Cancer at 2:45 p.m. and is no longer void, of course. Plan your more important activities before 7:35 a.m. or wait until the mid-afternoon when the moon enters Cancer. The moon sextiles Mars at 7:35 a.m. This is a bubbly morning to be up early, to go out for a job, or just get your ducks in a row. Our energy level is very strong, but we may not be very patient. Slow down and enjoy the drive this morning. The moon is now void, of course, at 7:35 and will remain so until she enters Cancer at 2:45 p.m. As the moon enters Cancer, we are much more emotionally connected to what's going on inside of us and how that affects those around us. We are more active in the afternoon, but our mood holds sway over what those activities will be. Friday, March 27th, the moon spends the entire day in emotional Cancer. There's a lot of aspects today, and that should keep your whole day busy and lively. In the morning, the moon squares the sun at 2:43 a.m. If you're awake, this is a good time to be working on your blog, searching for a new unusual recipe online, or rehashing old family issues in your head. And who hadn't done that? The moon trines Neptune at 6:34 a.m. We take an extra easy approach to the morning. You will need to allow extra time as you contemplate the larger spiritual meaning behind your daily activities at work. I find more coffee and another bear claw really helps me. The moon sextiles Venus at 2:29 p.m. The afternoon is an opportune time for any type of work involving relationships, whether business or personal. This is also an excellent time to contact people on your client list or to even be doing some cold calling. This is an especially fun time to have lunch with your romantic partner. The moon opposes Pluto at 8:14 p.m. The evening time brings on more tension as we feel the need to dig beyond the surface to understand the hidden agendas of others. We may experience guilt around our family's expectation of us versus what we really need to do to take care of who we are. This can be an ideal time for therapy or to really clean out your closet. We are not afraid of the dark this evening. The moon squares Uranus at 9:09 p.m. Our patience seems to be at an all-time low. It's a perfect time to have no expectations, no demands, and no duties. Don't let people back you into a corner or you may come out swinging. And our last aspect for Friday, Venus squares Jupiter at 9:11 p.m. Since this aspect has been in effect for the last couple of days, we really have been examining our options and trying to decide what we really want. This aspect could make us feel very needy, which may drive us to spend more money or just eat more. We may overly romanticize love, fantasizing about that unobtainable partner. Also, watch what you're spending during this time because we're only too happy to rationalize our need for what we want. This is a great time to take a couple of days off from your routine, if you can manage that. Saturday, March 28th. The moon occupies family-oriented Cancer for the entire day. She does turn void, of course, at 8:58 p.m. and will remain so through the rest of the evening. Our first aspect of the day, the moon trines Mercury at 4:55 p.m. We're feeling very emotionally stable this afternoon. We're able to communicate and get our needs met without encountering a lot of blocks or struggles. If you're working, this energy favors any type of mental activity, organizing, or planning. Otherwise, this is an enjoyable time to be with your friends. Just enjoy the day. The moon squares Mars, 8:58 p.m. Our emotional energies are tense and defensive this evening. All of us will be seeking some sort of emotional release. It's a prime time for a workout at the gym. Be careful if you're out drinking because you're not very likely to pay attention to your limits. As always, if you see a drama, go in the other direction. This is a great evening to watch an action-adventure movie at home. Family members can seem testier, but really, it's not about you. I know it's hard to imagine. The moon is now void, of course, in Cancer at 8:58 p.m. and will remain so until she enters Leo at 12:48 a.m. very early on Sunday morning. And of course, that's the end of our forecast for this week. And as you can see, this whole week is a lot calmer than the last couple of weeks we've been dealing with, especially with that strong Uranus-Pluto square. And I hope you can make the best of this week with an easier approach overall. If you have any questions or comments, really I would love to hear from you. And may I remind you of my email address, lillyroddyshow@aol.com. And please remember to subscribe to our show so you can get notice of our show every week in your email. This is the Lilly Roddy Show, reminding you to keep those stars in your eyes. Bye-bye.